You step off a 12-hour flight, your inbox is blinking, and your brain feels like it's buffering. You're about to negotiate a deal, and you can't even hold a sentence. That crash is avoidable. Welcome to Nomad Life Success, Episode 8. I'm Aria Reyes. Today, we're breaking down the data, systems, and biological protocols behind transit sleep compression. How to convert scattered gate naps and airplane dozes into one reliable 90-minute slow-wave recovery, so you walk into a meeting decision-ready.
Right away, that image lands. I see founders land wired or fuzzy all the time. It costs them more than yawns, missed subtleties, weaker pitch delivery. What exact numbers do you watch when you say decision-ready?
We pair subjective readouts with 3 wearable metrics: sleep efficiency, % slow-wave sleep during the recovery block, and HRV rebound. In bad transit runs, sleep efficiency collapses into the mid-60s. People land shaky, unfocused, and they know it. SWS drops under 10%, and HRV never recovers, and that maps to a roughly 20 to 30% hit to cognitive throughput.
Exactly. Data doesn't care about your jet lag. So the lever is clear. Get SWS and efficiency up fast. Are you confident we can reliably do that inside a 90-minute recovery?
Yes, when you engineer physiology deliberately, it's not magic. Brief doses fail because you miss 3 triggers at once: sleep pressure, core temperature drop, and stable glucose. Without those aligned, you stay stuck in light stages. If we prime the system and compress the environment, slow waves can occur.
So tell me what to do. In the real sequences, you expect people to run between gate and hotel.
Start by priming metabolism, so the body will cooperate. Do a compact protocol before your nap window. 10 to 20 grams of protein, a small portion of low GI carbs, and about 250 to 350 milliliters of water.
Wait, 250 milliliters? Not a full bottle?
Correct. Think compact. A protein chew, a small Greek yogurt, or 2 to 3 egg whites. Then, 45-60 minutes before you plan to sleep, add a 4 to 6 minute mobility burst, stairs or brisk walking. That moves glucose into muscle, raises sleep pressure modestly, and reduces the chance of light fragmented dozing. The aim is simple: stabilize glucose. Bump adenosine just enough so you fall into deeper sleep faster.
If time compresses and you only have 30 minutes before the nap window, what then?
30 minutes is workable, but expect slightly lower SWS yield. Treat the first runs as data collection. If your wearable shows latency over 15 minutes or SWS under 15% consistently, move the priming earlier. Use the wearable as the judge, not your gut. Next, sequence your naps so pressure accumulates, and then you force a consolidated window. Practical ladders look like a full 90-minute recovery when available, or a 45, then 20-minute pairing if you're on the move. When you can't do 90 straight, stack a short nap to build pressure and follow with a longer block. Also, time caffeine carefully to avoid fragmentation.
And that ladder decides when caffeine is helpful or harmful. Exactly. But people need a clear rule for dosing. I'm not sure I buy the microdose for everyone. Sensitivity varies.
Fair. Here's the operational rule. If you tolerate caffeine well, a microdose under 50 milligrams can blunt adenosine spikes during very long transits. Use 100-200 milligrams only after a recovery nap to speed post-nap alerting. If you rate caffeine sensitivity above a 5 on a 1 to 10 scale, skip microdosing entirely. Test with a controlled 50 milligram trial while logging wearable response before you make it routine. A simple breathing cue helps a lot. Slow to about 6 breaths per minute for the first 5 minutes. Inhale 4, exhale 6, with a soft emphasis on the exhale. That downshifts sympathetic tone and nudges core temperature lower, even on a plane.
Low-tech and portable. Good. But how do you compress the environment in a coach seat? Not everyone has a pod.
You compress 3 controls: temperature, posture, and sensory gating. For temperature, use a cooling neck wrap or a small battery pad. Even small drops to scalp and neck temperature help SWS onset. For posture, a compact inflatable lumbar or wedge moves you into a semi-reclined position that signals rest. For sensory gating, a weighted eye mask plus narrow band noise masking reduces transient arousals and flattens micro-wake events.
And you automate these cues with wearables, right? That seems like the only way to make habitual execution realistic.
Exactly. Your watch or ring should track HRV baseline, sleep latency, and SWS %, and auto-trigger a gentle vibration for breathing cadence, a timed prompt to activate the cooling pad, and a caffeine window alert. Automate the sequence so execution is consistent between gate and hotel.
Let's make the experiment simple. What are the target numbers in the biggest operational mistake you see?
Targets: latency under 15 minutes, recovery window sleep efficiency above 80%, and SWS contributing roughly 20% of that 90-minute block. HRV should rebound toward baseline within 30 to 90 minutes after waking. The common mistakes are twofold: late or poorly timed caffeine that fragments sleep, and skipping metabolic priming, then blaming the wearable when the physiology was never set up to deliver SWS.
So the play is automate. Run the latter 2 or 3 times. Log efficiency, SWS %, latency, HRV. Iterate meal timing or cooling intensity until you hit the numbers. Structure first, freedom second.
One concrete task for today: run a single 90-minute recovery on your next transit and log the metrics. Use a cooling wrap, a weighted eye mask, a compact wedge if possible, and the metabolic priming we discussed. Download the printable nap ladder and checklist at shop.nomadlifesuccess.com. Run 2 baseline sessions with your wearable and record sleep efficiency, SWS %, latency, less than 15-minute target, and HRV rebound.
And one last compliance note. Make this part of your travel checklist so it doesn't become optional. Systems first. Log, automate, iterate.
That is your high-performance blueprint for today. Remember, treat your biology like your business infrastructure. If your physical stack fails, the business stops. Minimize the friction and stay optimized.